All right, so before we get to the craziness, listen, man, the weather's getting crazy out here, so everybody be prepared, stock up, all this stuff. We should already be stocking up for everything that's going on in the world right now. We should be stocking up, but weather getting crazy. We may actually see some snow, which I ain't too happy about, but man, just make sure y'all be safe and prepared for what's to come. All right, so y'all know what time it is, man. Remember, question everything. You should, and remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's check it out.
Update from New Jersey on January 6th. I never thought I would have a more fear-inducing January 6th than, you know, in years prior. But here we are at 11:27 p.m. by the way. Check out the I can't even talk right now. I have a rash. The things I have seen tonight, just like scrolling through the beach cameras, when I told myself, stop looking at them. Just stop it. I'm going to show you guys something I tried to screen record on my laptop. I'm really, right now, still looking at the live from the Brigantine beach cam. A lot of them, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on because of the snow, but this one is truly terrifying, the things I have seen. And not even that, even the Seabright one has been a little weird. All of them have been a little weird, okay? I might even go live. I wish I had like one of those smart computers where I could have like all the screens up, but unfortunately I have a Mac. And if anyone knows, by the way, how to get ad blockers on these surf websites, so I would literally pay to not have to deal with the ads. Anyways, I'm going to show you what I just saw and what I'm currently seeing. Might go live. Again, this is... Okay, I'm just going to show you. Before it's out of view. What the heck is going on? How do I screen record this? Command Shift 4? I forgot how to control Shift 4. Why do I forget how to screen record? Oh my god, I remember when I'm playing the freaking Sims, and now it's the thing's gone. Okay, hang on. Your bag update from New Jersey.
And listen, the crazy thing about this is a lot of people were saying, oh, things are dying down. Things are dying down. True, a little bit, but things are not like completely gone away. People are still having sightings all over, bro. You're talking about East Coast, West Coast, in the South, up north, across the pond. Like, everybody, don't think that things have just died down. Like, maybe that's what they want us to think, and we're not paying attention. No, don't get relaxed at all.
Okay, so there have been drones flying around our house for many nights since I don't even know when. It's been a while. I honestly stopped looking for them because they're there a lot. Anyways, I went to bed one night. My husband went to work, and in the middle of the night, we got a ring notification. It was like 1:30 a.m. that there was like movement outside of the house. So my husband went and looked to see what it was, and he couldn't see anything, but he heard something. Okay, you have to listen. Listen, okay? You'll hear it. Just listen. And I'm just saying, like, to me, that's alien talk. Like, I've seen all the movies. I know for sure that's what they sound like. And so I just want to know what they're saying and why they're trying to communicate to us on our Ring camera at 1:30 a.m. I'm very open to this. We can talk during the afternoon. I would rather do that. I'm tired at 1:30 a.m. But if that's the time that we have to do it, let's do it, because I really want to know what you're doing here. What do you guys need? So let me know what you guys think, because I think that maybe, just maybe, the aliens are ready to talk. What do you think?
See, that reminds me of the part in Independence Day where they were trying to make contact and everything. Those ships were just sitting there before they unleashed on the whole world. Like, right now, we need to figure out a way, because apparently our government's not doing. Like, we need to figure out a way to let them know, hey, we're peaceful. We come in peace. Y'all came here, but we stay here in peace. Like, you know what I mean? They probably gonna look at us and say y'all lying because we've been paying attention to y'all and it's nothing but chaos on this planet. Like, y'all lie. Like, and I would be like, yeah, you might be right, but that's them. Like, it's gonna be a lot of throwing people under the bus. Yeah, if that's the thing we gotta do, then that's what we gotta do.
It is almost 7 p.m. in Central Texas. I was walking home from the barn. I've seen a crazy amount of activity in the skies tonight. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Look at the sheer number of them on the horizon. I've seen several drone thingies fly over the barn tonight. You can see some of them disappearing. I've seen lots of orbs, which I just say that because they're really bright round lights in the sky. I've seen lots of flashing winds. What in the world? Okay, there was just a whole bunch, as you could tell, and now there's just a few. Let me walk back to the front of my yard and show you what else I've seen. We're walking back to my front yard. I've also heard a lot of helicopters and airplanes tonight. Lots of stuff in the sky. I mean, this amount of air activity is not normal, and this is just, you know, a snippet of what you're getting in just a minute or two long video. So, like I said, I've been outside since about 5, watched it get dark. Okay, so this is south facing. And with my naked eye, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 things flying in one area. That house over there is my brother and sister-in-law's house. It's my dog. Okay, so this is facing east. This is panning back around, coming up on the north where there is a whole bunch back up in the sky. Again, I'm outside at night, every night, tending to all the animals. And up until the last few weeks, it's never been this way. So, no, those lights are not normally there. You know, earlier they were over here. Now they're over here. Now I'm panning back around. I mean, there's stuff everywhere. As you can see. I mean, I don't claim to know what they are. I don't claim to know why. I mean, my house is blocking the other direction, but let me count what I can see right here flying, okay? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and that is not counting what's on the other side of my house. Let's go see if something's over there. Okay, this is the other side of my house. There is a big line of trees here that I can't see over. I'm pretty sure those are stars. I don't know about that one. Okay, panning back around towards the north. I don't know, y'all. Happy New Year. It is almost...
Listen, I mean, she got a lot of land out there, bro. That'd be the perfect place for us to set up a compound. Anybody know her? My only pushback is Texas, bro, because Texas be having the rattlesnakes. I don't really do the snakes like that. But anyway, my question is like, is there anybody or any place that hasn't seen the drones yet? Because maybe we all need to go there. Places that they're not interested in. Otherwise, if there isn't, then we might as well pretty much just stay put. At this point, we're surrounded.
Matt, get outside the window right now.
What do you mean it's a Dior bag?
That's a drone, Matt. There's a drone epidemic.
I know there is,
Holy... Oh my god. No f***ing way. My first Dior bag.
Is this that fog they were talking about? That fake fog? You can't see shit. Bruh. They got to us.
Bro, that looked like a ghost town straight out of a horror movie or something, bro.
What is going on? I am totally freaking out. This is the second time I have gotten a community standard violation. They took my last video down and it was just showing the fog in Moscow and what I thought was happening. I mean, you guys know this is for entertainment purposes. This is all my theories and views, and I'm a comic, so everything is satire. I'm freaking out, you guys. Basically, I was just talking about what grows like penicillin, and I was saying that I think that this smoky stuff in the air is creating some kind of habitat to grow penicillin and spores, and might be getting people to not feel well. Let me know in the comments what I'm supposed to do with these violations, because this is twice now. One's about the underground bunker, and now spores. And
Dang, bro. I wonder what she said in her video, though. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, bro, the platforms, I mean, it is what it is at this point. We just have to figure out ways to communicate with each other. You know what I mean? The comment section and different things and stuff like that. Because this is our way of communicating. This is our way of getting information. Bro, this is pretty much all we have collectively together. So we need this.
Yo, look at how foggy it is out here. That is downtown Fort Worth, and it is not supposed to look like that, okay? It's normally very clear. You can normally see all of those buildings with no problem, but all of a sudden at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on January the 3rd, it is it's foggy out here. It's smoggy. Like, I can't even call it fog because it's not thick, but it's something. It's something. The f is that? And it's just gotten worse. Like, I was out here a couple hours ago and I was barely seeing it, and now a couple hours later, it is full-fledged
foggy out here, man. This is crazy, man. What the is going on in 2025?
We have more breaking news this morning, this time out of Tibet, where rescue teams are racing to reach villages in the Himalayan mountains hours after a powerful earthquake. The death toll is climbing. At least 126 people now confirmed dead, and at least 188 others injured, according to Chinese state media. Shocking images like these show rescuers searching for survivors in homes reduced to rubble. The 7.1 earthquake was so strong it woke up people 250 miles away in Nepal.
Search and rescue efforts are underway at this hour in Tibet, where a powerful earthquake has killed at least 95 people. The U.S. Geological Survey says a 7.1 quake struck just after 9 a.m. local time, and it was followed by dozens of aftershocks. Authorities say the shaking could be felt as far away as Nepal and northern India. Social media video from China shows streets filled with rubble as a result. Mark Stewart is joining us now from Beijing with the very...
Bro, something's not happy with us right now, fam. Everything that we're dealing with right now, something is just not happy. I don't know if it's the planet or what, but something is not happy with us.
Latest, what do we know about this quake? I mean, I understand it struck in a remote area. I'd imagine that's hindering rescue efforts.
No question, Amara. Location is just one of the many challenges. This is a high altitude area, about 14,000 feet in some places. Even if you are in very good shape, it's very difficult to breathe. And that is one of many reasons why this rescue is so difficult. We have rescue crews who are having to go through boulders, through broken buildings, and put the altitude on top of it. It is a very daunting task. A lot of resources are being sent by the Chinese Air Force. In fact, we've just learned that a very large military transport plane has been sent. Just some of the hardware that's being dispatched to the area, but an indication of just how difficult of a task this is. In fact, you see video of these crews arriving on the scene, going into action. Weather is also a challenge as it's now nighttime. The temperature has dropped significantly. No snow on the ground, but very cold temperatures overnight, adding to the difficulties in all of this. Another sticking point in all of this is going to be infrastructure. Many of these roads, as you've seen, have boulders on them. There's a lot of debris, in addition to buildings that in many parts look like as if they have collapsed. So it's difficult for people to leave the earthquake zone and adds challenge for crews trying to go in to see what is left behind. You mentioned all of the aftershocks. This is a fact that we just learned that really struck me. 150 aftershocks reported at 6 o'clock.
Is that normal? Like, I've never experienced, so it's like aftershock, I know aftershocks are normal, but that many, 150? Bro, 150 aftershocks. Like, when do you come down off of this high of an earthquake dealing with so many aftershocks? Like, what are you supposed to do at that point? Like, that's no. Have any of y'all ever experienced earthquakes? And what is I know the aftershock isn't really like the intensity of the earthquake, but what is that like? What is going through the aftershocks like after dealing with the actual earthquake? Let me know.
O'clock local time, and that is just an indication of what these crews are facing, a very long list of challenges. And quite frankly, a lot of these images are just heartbreaking. Earlier we saw a man on a stretcher, and you could just see the despair on that person's face. Tibet is a very significant part of the world here. It is, it's seen as a very sacred place, of course, with its origins in Buddhism. We have heard now from the Dalai Lama, in fact. He says that he is saddened by what has happened, is offering prayers for people who have lost their lives, and is offering hopes for a swift recovery for those who are injured. Also hearing from Chinese President Xi Jinping, who earlier today really made it clear clear that this rescue effort is a national priority, an all-out effort to rescue people from the hurricane, or from the earthquake zone, I should say. Amra, it is just past 9 o'clock in the evening. It is dark, and there's certainly a lot of concern what the hours will bring and what will be discovered when the sun starts to rise in the morning, Amra.
And of course, earthquakes of this magnitude always come with many aftershocks, as you mentioned. And with that, do we expect the death toll to rise even more so in the coming hours and days?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing which has really struck us who have been covering this story throughout the day, you know, when this first happened at around 9 o'clock in the morning, the death toll was in the single digits. And then within a matter of hours, as crews were able to get closer and closer, the death toll certainly started to rise. So I don't think anyone, sadly, is ruling out the possibility that more bodies could be found in the rubble overnight, Amra.
Absolutely. Mark Stewart following this story for us there in Tibet. Thank you so much, live for us there in Beijing.
The thing about earthquakes, though, bro, it's just, you just can't prepare, can you? What animal they say can alert you to? Is it snakes? I just told you I don't really do snakes, no way. But is it snakes that can alert you, or some type of animal? I don't know. You should always pay attention to animals anyway for natural disasters. But yeah, it's just like you can't like prepare for it. Even when they offer, you ever seen those commercials that offer like the little bed, the little earthquake bed, that as soon as the ground starts to shake and the building starts to move wherever you're living, and it'll open up and you'll fall down in there and it'll close up, and you have like certain things you need in there and stuff like that to survive inside that thing. I'm not a claustrophobic person, but looking at that device, I think that would make me one. Like being in there for just too long, like, yeah, no.
And meteorologist Derek Van Dam takes a look at the weather conditions in the quake zone.
When this powerful and deadly earthquake struck just after 9 a.m. local time, what struck me is the shallow nature of this earthquake, only 10 kilometers deep, meaning that there wasn't a lot of ground to absorb the shaking. So the earthquake was certainly felt well away from the epicenter, and we do anticipate the aftershocks to continue, especially with this powerful of an earthquake. In fact, when we look at similar strength earthquakes, magnitude 7.0 or greater, we typically experience at least one magnitude 6.0 or greater aftershock, with several dozen 5.0 or less. Now, where the earthquake occurred on the Tibetan plateau, it is a high elevation location. So here's the Himalayan mountains, here's Nepal, India to the south, China to the north. That's the epicenter right there. So just by its true nature of its location, it is a cold part of the world, but it's been particularly cold lately. Now, in terms of the weather going forward, we don't have any significant weather systems in play for the search and recovery efforts until the weekend. So we look towards Saturday and Sunday when you start to see some of this impactful weather starting to impact the Himalayas and the surrounding areas that could pick up the winds and complicate that search and rescue effort going forward. So that's again for the weekend. In the meantime, generally dry conditions anticipated in and around the epicenter. Here's the closest reporting station. The next 3 days, you can see temperatures will drop well below the freezing mark overnight, so that also complicates the search and recovery efforts. But you can see by the afternoon, temperatures warm into the single digits to around 10 degrees by Friday afternoon.
You have got to be kidding me. These guys flew over Antarctica right before I was about to go and discover this for myself. It appears that these people found secret cities out in the distance right before I was about to go in Madagascar with 2 other guys and get in a plane and fly over Antarctica, just like Admiral Byrd did 100 years ago when he said he saw green vegetation and a secret civilization that lived over there. And we haven't heard about it since. But now Antarctica isn't being guarded anymore, so we can go there, and this is why every other country has been traveling there in 2024 as well. And if you don't remember, earlier this month, there was a private company that went over to Antarctica and discovered the entrance in the ice wall and took video of what appears to be other land beyond Antarctica, if you see that right over there. These guys beat me to it. And this place right here, which was taken with a drone, is where everybody is after. They're trying to find this secret city that looks like it has egg-shaped buildings right next to the ice wall. This is what everybody is after. And this is why the guy who reached out to me, who has a plane and wants to go fly over there, asked me if I could bring anybody else with, if I knew anybody who would be of help on this mission. So I sent a message into my Discord group of like 3,000 people, and
I can't tell if he trolling or not, but I don't know what he talking about as far as Antarctica not being heavily guarded. There's a lot of activity going on over there in Antarctica, bro. There's a lot of things going on. Just because we don't get to see it, it's some things happening, man. Some secretive things that we should know about, but it's just like everything else, they're not gonna tell us. But yeah, it's some things. So yeah, I disagree with him thinking that it's not guarded or it's not a lot of activity. Oh, it's something going on in Antarctica for sure.
Am I on the moon? So I'm on my website figuring out why I've got so many Australians checking out my products, and this is a live view. So I'm turning the world around, and I go, what the heck? Our entire half of the world is nothing. There's nothing there but water. It's empty. So then I go and look at the front, and well, here's what it looks like. And here's our moon. So I look for a world map and overlay it. Let's take out the background. Here we go. Now we're gonna turn it around. I mean, does that, like, it kind of fits. What if the moon's just a reflection of the Earth, and this blank side of water is the dark side of the moon? Huh. Am I on the moon?
I've heard that theory before. People saying that the moon is a reflection. What you see on the moon is like pretty much a reflection of Earth, but then you come back and hear them talk about all of the dust and different things and the craters and stuff, and that what makes up what you see of the moon as well. So I don't know. I guess we'll never know if we never travel there. You know what I mean? So, but I've heard that theory a few times.
You ever wonder why there's so many homeless people in Los Angeles? Welcome to an episode of things they don't want you to know in this universe. There's so many people, homeless people in Los Angeles. And yeah, Skid Row's a thing. But did you know that one of the biggest reptilian facilities is in Los Angeles, underground, right beneath the Hollywood Walk of Fame, around that whole metropolitan area? They disguise themselves as homeless people. And they disguise themselves to live their true form and hide out in the tunnels. So be very wary of who you're interacting with in Los Angeles when it comes to these homeless people, you know? And unless you have the act of discernment, pray over that, do your spell work over that. Unless you have the act of discernment, you could be exchanging money and exchanging food with a reptilian, and now they have some of your stuff. Be very careful. There's many different placements around the United States of America, around the world actually, but we're talking about America. Underground Los Angeles, or where you will see, or even above ground Los Angeles, you will see a lot of homeless people that are in disguise. Things they don't want you to know. You ever wonder why there's...
And see, that doesn't help me, because I already feel like we don't know who's who these days. We live in a world where we don't know who's who or what's what. You know what I mean? Her saying that just confirms it a little more for me, that people are thinking the same way that I think sometimes. That we don't know who's who or what's what, bro. You could walk past someone and clearly not know. You can say that the same thing for serial killers. I say that all the time in those documentaries that we be checking out. Like, bro, like, you don't know who's who or what's what.
I had a dream a couple of hours ago about Project Bluebeam. And before I get deeper into that, back in October, I actually saw this huge orb at 7:30 in the morning, leaving Springfield, Massachusetts, heading to Worcester. It was two of them. One was bigger than the other. It was not a plane because it wasn't moving. And I was like, okay, this must be like a planet. Are we able to see like a specific planet right now in broad daylight? Like, I was like, no, this isn't a planet. As I'm on the Mass Pike, driving into Worcester, my eyes are glued to this thing. One of them disappears, and then that big one, I was getting closer and closer and closer to it. It got to a point where I was like, oh my God, do we have another sun in the sky? We have another sun. It was like this huge, it was like a smaller version and less bright version of a son, and as soon as I got into work, I had told someone about it because I could not believe what I had saw. I was like, Sebastian, y'all, I just saw this big ball of light in the sky, and it was just standing still. I was like, I saw it in Springfield, and as I was getting into Worcester, my jaw was dropped the whole time, and it was just right there, and I was getting closer and closer and closer to it until
Used to be somebody walking your job, a coworker of yours walking the job and say something like that, you be like, she about to get drug tested. Yep, you already know what's about to happen to her. She about to get, but these days, now you're probably more susceptible to hear people say, well, show me, did you get a video of it? Like, things have changed now. It's okay for you to come in and say that type of stuff, but before, man, you might have been sent home until your drug test came back.
Until I was able to do this. There was this big thing. And it wasn't like I was able to just keep driving towards it, because it got to a point where I was like, okay, I have to go into work. I have to clock in. And I like told people in my personal life, I was like, I kept telling them what I saw. And like, they would just look at me like, and I'm like, yo, I know what the I saw. So now that everyone's seeing these damn drones, and I saw 2 videos of people seeing the same orb that I saw, this huge ball in the sky, size of a car. No, it was big enough for me to see that 50 miles away. That wasn't the size of a car. I thought it was a planet. And then a couple of hours ago, I have a dream about Project Bluebeam, and it was like Independence Day type. You know what I mean? Yeah, like 4th of July, and we're all out waiting to see the fireworks and next thing you know it, the government is with us, pointing holograms in the sky, and we're all like laughing at it because we're all numb to having these things watch us. And I'm at a point where it's like, if you're gonna keep watching us and watching me, and I gotta keep seeing you everywhere, just take me off this godforsaken planet. You're inspecting us. You see this place? Take me with you. Please do whatever experiment that you need to do. Like, at this point, yo, I swear to God, like, and I'm happy that I no longer feel crazy. I feel crazy talking about it right now, because like, the freaked me out. That freaked me out. It freaked me out. It freaked me out. It freaked me the out. Oh my God. Like, are you serious? Oh, dude. And now we're all gonna be desensitized, and the government's gonna be playing tricks on us, so that way, you know, like some.
And this is why somebody needs to come out and say something and give the American people some answers. The people, not even just the American people, all over the planet, they need answers. Somebody needs to say something. How about just a small little bit of honesty, man? How about that? A little bit of transparency. Can you give us that? Because it's really starting to bother some people, bro.